How are y'all doing? I am Soy Sebastiano. I'm a content creator, advertiser, and digital marketer located in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been doing YouTube off and on for about 10 years. This is something I've really been doing for a long time, but I grew up in a Catholic household. We weren't the most strict when it came to religion. We weren't super religious and prayed on the daily, but I was always told to follow Jesus growing up, and I guess that's kind of what I did. I'd say growing up, I always had my, kind of felt iffy about Christianity. Especially, there would be sometimes a debate on whether or not if Jesus is the Son of God or he is God. But me growing up, I was always told and been under the impression that Jesus is the Son of God. So whenever I went out to other places and talked to other people and they tell me that Jesus is God, it kind of confused me a little bit. And I never really took the time to actually look into it or to fact check, but I always assumed what I'm told was always right. At around 2021, I was just about leaving a group home that I was in because of foster care. I've had kind of a really rough upbringing and a lot of, stuff that has happened to me growing up.
Look how big it got.
That most people haven't experienced. And if I went into full details, this video would probably be really long, but I'm not here to take up your time. I'm here to educate and let everyone know my story. When I got out of the group home, I started staying with a family friend that I started calling my auntie. And every Tuesday, I would get to visit my mom. It was like this for about a year or so until one tragic day in 2022, around March on a Sunday, my mother tragically passed away. A few days before my mother passed away, a friend that I knew from the group home who I was relatively close with also passed away, and it was just really hard for me losing two people in the same week. I've lost a lot of people in my life, and a lot of people around me have passed away, but losing two people in the same week was kind of really hard for me because it's like, it kind of just feels like, really makes you think like, wow, like I'm really just losing a lot of people. It got to the point where I was thinking about it like this, like death is so common and so many people die. It's just like the worry of it one day being me, or it could potentially being me, really scared me a lot. Growing up, I always knew that I was very different, and I thought very different from all the other kids. And it seemed like my brain was just growing and understanding stuff more rapid and faster than a lot of people around me. I wasn't very book smart or school smart, but when it came to understanding common sense and just basically, just overall just having a more open mind and better experience and outlook on things than everybody else. So of course, the smarter you get, the more questions you have, and the more questions you have answered, the more questions come from those. And I got to a point where I've just stay up all night doing so much research, just constantly writing stuff down, constantly just looking for more truth and looking for more information. And I just got to the point where I was confused. I didn't know what I believed anymore, because when you believe one thing, there's always something to debunk it. So I got to the point where I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed. I was having a lot of trouble making my mind up on what I believed in. So I sat in my bed and I closed my eyes and I prayed. I prayed to God, and I also, talked to my mom in my head, and I basically talked for a minute, and I basically just said, hey, like, if you're there, if there's really a such thing as an afterlife, lead me the right way and put me on the right path. And not even a week later, I was about ready to take my shahada. Around like a day or two after, Muslim videos start popping up all over my YouTube feed, YouTube shorts, and just so many videos. I'd click on one, I'd say, wow, that's so interesting. I click on another, wow, that's so interesting. So I started, when I started thinking of something, or when I thought that something was wrong in my head, or I felt like when I had an opinion on something and I felt like kind of iffy about it, like that's not right. Everyone says it's right. The Bible says it's right. but it's something about it. It's just kind of like to me. So instead of looking stuff up, I would start looking up what does Islam say about it. And almost everything that I felt as a kid, almost everything that, you know, made sense to me growing up, and a lot of stuff that I assumed should be a certain kind of way, when I started looking up what Islam says about it and what it says in the Quran, it literally corresponded and made 100% sense with everything that I thought. But around 2023, late 2023-ish, mid to late 2023-ish, I took my Shahada on FaceTime with what at the time was my girlfriend, and she took hers, and I said it alone, and I didn't really say it in front of bare witnesses. But Mufti Meek told me, he said, don't be embarrassed, don't be scared, don't wait to become Muslim, take your Shahada whenever you want to, and you can start and learn as you go along. So I did. So I knew what I believed in. I read the Quran, I sat there and I watched Islamic videos, and I knew what I believed in for the longest. So I start telling my brother Sergio, I started telling him about Islam. He starts asking me questions, I start responding, and he didn't really let it be known to me. He was getting curious, and being a big brother, you know, don't wanting to give your little brother credit and say like, oh shit, I'm actually curious in what you're talking about, he kind of just went off on his own and kind of started doing a little more research about it. And one day, recently, at about a month or two ago, he texted me, says, I just took my Shahada. And I was like, I instantly texted him back, that's not a good idea. Now, a lot of people were like, what the heck? Why would you say that? And it wasn't because I didn't want him to become Muslim, or that I don't want anyone to become Muslim. I just want to make sure that everyone who reverts to Islam or, you know, brings themselves to this religion has a good understanding of everything that they're agreeing to before they do it. And I just texted him and let him know that I want to make sure that you know what you're agreeing to, and know, you know, everything that you're doing when you're taking your Shahada, because there's a lot of things that you do right now and a lot of things that you're used to doing that you're not going to be able to do if you become a Muslim, bruh. So he met up with you know, a group with people at Stone Mountain, and one day we decided, so my brother wanted to introduce me to him, so I meet up with them and I start talking to them, and we were tight and we connected on day one. It was all love, man, and we honestly just enjoyed each other. It was the end of Ramadan. It was my second Ramadan fasting, and it was just an amazing experience. And, you know, I told them about how Sergio sent me a video of them with Sheikh Uthman, and they told me, yeah, we know Sheikh Uthman. And I was like, I'm a huge fan of Sheikh Uthman. That's crazy that y'all know him. And they were like, yeah, man, we know Sheikh Uthman. He's our friend. Where is the Atlanta group? I was like, wow, that's cool. And I didn't think much about it. And if the time came where I got to meet Sheikh Uthman, then cool. But if it didn't, then whatever. It didn't matter to me. All I cared about is becoming a good Muslim. So I brung my girlfriend to my Muslim brothers. And I made it aware to them. And I told them, I said, being with her was haram, and I knew it was very haram. And I told her, I said, I'm not gonna be with you unless you become Muslim. And I didn't have to say that because she was already into it. So I told her, I said, us being in a relationship and not being married yet is haram, but I'm fully committed to you. She's fully committed to me, I'm fully committed to her. And it wasn't that we didn't get married because we weren't committed to each other, but because we were worried about what it would be financially. The only reason that I'm allowing myself to be in a relationship with you, even though it's haram, is because I'm not gonna allow America to have a contract on us to tell us if we're married, you know? So I told them about what happened. I told them about our relationship, and they said, brother, let's get y'all two married tomorrow. And I said, all right, let's do it then. And they said, you know what, I have an idea. I'm going to record you, tell your story, tell them about what's happening. I'm going to send it to Uthman, and I'll have him initiate your wedding. And I was like, nah, it's okay. He's probably busy. He's probably a billion places at once, man. I'm just like a dude from Atlanta who's a revert and is finna get married. I'm not worth him coming, bro. And they're like, no, we insist. Let's do this video, and we'll get Uthman to initiate your marriage. And there it was. I got married March 31st of 2025 to my now wife, and we've been happily married ever since. And Sheikh Uthman initiated it, and I posted the video on my YouTube channel, and I was at around 800 subscribers when I posted the video. It immediately did good. It's sitting at around 7,000 views right now, and shot me up all the way from 800 to 1,000 subscribers, where I'm currently sitting at right now. And my channel's been doing good and healthy ever since. I've kind of been a little inconsistent because I've been trying to switch the flow up of my YouTube channel, but I'm just hoping that everyone can support me and help me and give me the ideas, and Allah will put me on the right path to everything's gonna happen exactly how it's supposed to be. Right now, I've actually been emailing and in talks with another creator and with my local animal shelter to make a video, a huge video I have coming up, finding homes for animals in need and donating for them. And it's a really nice way that I want to steer my channel in that direction, and I really hope that everyone can stick along with me and follow along with me. By the time this video comes out, we should be getting ready to do this collaboration and make this video. I'm super excited to do it, and a lot of people are going to be with me and helping me out on this journey. But y'all, that is my revert story so far, and I appreciate y'all for watching here on Muslim Convert Stories. Make sure y'all subscribe, and if y'all want to, y'all can also check out my channel at Soy Sebastiano. I appreciate all y'all for listening to my story. MashaAllah. And I wish peace and blessing upon all of y'all. If you have any sort of commitment or any sort of thing that you're passionate about, don't ever be afraid to do it. Go ahead, full force. And everybody's here for a different reason, but I think I'm here to be an entertainer, to spread awareness of knowledge, wisdom, and be a beacon of hope. I love everybody. Appreciate y'all for watching. Peace out.